In Babylon, sexual perversion of every kind had been a way of life for millenniums. The Pharisees were deeply influenced by such practices.
In 3 of the major treatises of the Talmud are found extensive passages which give legal endorsement to seduce and marry 3-year-old baby girls. In fact, many of the greatest rabbis of the Talmud, including Simeon ben Yohai, upheld this privilege. Today in Israel, thousands of Jews go to Meron every year to venerate the memory of Simeon ben Yohai, one of the most respected rabbis in the history of Judaism.
In one of dozens of endorsements of child sex, Simeon ben Yohai said, "A proselyte under the age of 3 years and a day is permitted to marry a priest." Agreeing with ben Yohai, the great Rabbah said, "When a grown-up man has intercourse with a little girl, it is nothing, for when the girl is less than this, 3 years and a day, it is as if one put the finger into the eye." The footnote to this passage says, "As tears come to the eye again and again, so does virginity come back to the little girl under 3 years." The same section confirms that sexual activity with small boys is in the same category. The intercourse of a small boy is not regarded as a sexual act. In addition to adulterers, Christ, in the story of the Good Samaritan, portrayed the Pharisees as racial bigots, too self-righteous to respond to the suffering of one who was not a Jew. It is true, because of the wickedness of the Canaanites, which included sodomy and infant sacrifice, Israel had been commanded by God to be harsh in her treatment of the inhabitants of the land.
Babylon. Isn't it disgusting the word baby comes from the word Babylon? And they literally used to do all those terrible things to babies? This is real. Crazy things in the Talmud. I bet you that's where organizations like Mambla, the Man-Boy Lover Association, came from. Guaranteed. And it's saying here that Jewish people who believe in the Talmud think it's okay to have sex with 3-year-olds. I wonder if that's why this Freemason clip shows all of these Freemason men marrying little boys. Also, I wonder if there's any correlation between that and the fact that a lot of Jewish rabbis literally suck the blood off baby penises after they circumcise them. I don't know why they suck it. They could use a paper towel or a napkin. I have no idea why they're doing that, but they do. And just keep in mind, there's so many different areas of Judaism. Not all Jews even know about this, let alone participate. Some of the worst Jewish people call non-Jews goyim, which means that they're less than. And they can literally kill goyim and it won't mean anything. Karmatically, they're fine. We're basically like animals to them. And just to wrap it up, with all the things they did in Babylon and the things that are in the Talmud, you got to think about it. With all the baby sacrifice, it sounds a lot like abortion. Also, the other crazy thing is, you got to look into the genders of the Talmud, okay? And then when you realize how many genders were in there, well, they're saying all of these things, you'll realize that this is the playbook that's being used to destroy the children in schools.